Hi, my name is Nikos Mantis. Welcome back to Kitchen Conundrums. Today I'm talking about roasting meats. I've got a piece of beef with me today, and it's probably the most common cut of meat that you're going to roast. I mean, people roast turkeys, pork loins, a variety of things. But roast beef is probably one of the most common ones you see at home. When selecting a cut of beef, if you're at the grocery store, a lot of them are labeled roasting meats. You want something from the hind quarter, the hip. Prime rib roast is good. A sirloin roast is good. Something with not too much connective tissue. When you're purchasing a roast, quite often your roast will come tied. If they do, that's fantastic. A roast, you want to have a roast tied so that you have a consistent size of roast, so that's going to cook evenly throughout. But I've got some butcher's twine. I like to put it in a pot so while I'm drawing from it, the roll doesn't take off on me. Okay, so it's pretty simple. There are particular knots when doing butchery. You don't have to get too particular. Any knot will really do. You want a knot that will slip initially so you can tighten up your roast. And tie that off. So now you can see our roast is much more uniform in size. It's really nice when you're roasting to have a little bit of fat on the top of your roast. Okay, this roast has a very, very thin layer of fat on top. Depending on the cut you get, a prime rib roast, for example, or sometimes a strip loin roast or sirloin roast will have nice fat on top. And as that cooks, that fat will melt and add juiciness to your roast. But this one is very thin. So what I'm going to do is first I'll just season it a little bit, and you can use really any kind of seasonings you want. I'm just using salt and pepper. Just put a little bit of that on. And because I don't have a whole lot of fat, I'm going to add some, okay? So I'm just going to lay some bacon right on top of my roast. And as that's cooking in the oven, that bacon will release its fat, juice it all over the roast, which is very delicious. Keeps it nice and moist, keeps it tender. We're just going to put that right on a roasting pan. Now for roasting, there's two trains of thought. You can go high heat initially to get some color, just like similar to how we did searing. Get some color on the roast and then turn down the temperature, low temperature. What I like to do is cook it low temperature from the beginning. So if you can cook your roast at 300 degrees, it's going to take a little bit longer, but you're going to get a really nice, slow, consistent roasting. It's going to turn out a lot tenderer if you're cooking it at a low temperature. Now, one thing to certainly consider whenever you're cooking any type of roast is to use a meat thermometer. People will give you suggestions on time to wait, but every oven is different. Every roast is a little bit different size. So really you want to use a meat thermometer to be very accurate. I've got 3 different meat thermometers here that you can use. All of them work okay. I like a digital meat thermometer. So depending on how you like your roast cooked, particularly for beef, if you like it rare or well done, a meat thermometer is going to tell you how to get there. So my roast here is ready to go in the oven. I've got my oven set at 300 degrees. In it goes. A roast that size is probably going to take 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on how I want it done on the inside. Again, I'm going to check with my meat thermometer, and that's really simple preparation for preparing a roast, getting it in the oven. Always use a meat thermometer. My name is Nikos Mantis. Thanks for watching Kitchen Conundrums.